recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as the Neanderthal man in Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
No. Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. It was, oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I'm here today with Carmela Smith. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You know, Carmela, I'm a little bit under the weather.
I've noticed.
Yeah, I've been coughing and hacking and wheezing and sneezing and everything, but I am here because the show must go on. We have something cool happening today, and we're going to get to our guests in a second, so I'm going to ask them to hold tight because for right now, this is me and you. We're doing something different today.
We are.
For the first time in the history of Trivial Warfare, the first time in the history, 335 episodes in the books, plus bonuses and whatever, we have used Skype to record forever. Today, we have moved over to Zencastr. They have upgraded their offering, and I'm giving them a try. And because of that, I pushed a little button and did the intro live in the recording. And
yeah, it's been a while since I heard that intro. I gotta say, I do admire Joel's voice. Joel's got a good voice.
I love that intro, but as I was listening to it, I was like, man, we all of those things, all of those moments in the intro were in the apartment.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
not mine. I remember
sure was.
I don't think that was at the apartment.
It was. That intro was finalized.
Might have been the last thing in the apartment then.
Yeah, that intro was finalized in November of 2018. I moved in here in July of 2018, but I remember that moment in the apartment. I remember it. Oh, it was so
Jonathan,
good.
known for his memory.
Well, in a way. All right, now we have some awesome guests today.
We do.
Really, it's going to be a great show. Alex Misner is with us today. Hey, Alex.
Great. Thanks for having me back.
Glad you are here. Blaine Holderbaum is with us today.
Hello.
And we are also joined today by Jacob Johnson for the first time. Hey, Jacob.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I want to get to know everybody a little bit better. Alex, we're going to start with you. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
So I am a nuclear engineer from Richland, Washington. And I guess my fun thing for this time would be a long-time tourism goal of mine is to see every manned command module of the Apollo program, and I just have one left.
Oh, that's cool. Which one haven't you seen?
Apollo 13. It's outside of Wichita.
So Apollo 13 is like the most famous one, isn't it?
Well, I think Apollo 11 kind of takes that one.
Oh, that's true.
I would agree.
That's true. Well, Apollo 13 is the one that had a movie made about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Apollo 13 is probably the most infamous one.
Did you save that for last on purpose?
I just haven't been to Wichita in a time where I could actually go to that
Okay.
museum.
All right. Well, we are super glad to have you here. You are always a fun guest, and we know, Carmela, not to ask any Auburn questions while Alex is here. Do you remember that? All right. Blaine, welcome back to the show. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am from Lafayette, Indiana, and I work in assisted living. I recently went through a career change. And something fun about myself is while I may live in Lafayette now, I'm from a little itty bitty town outside of Lafayette, and I graduated in a class of 52 people.
Oh my goodness, that is so few people. Do you mind me asking what your number was?
That's super small.
I was 22.
Oh, you are just like all the rest of the smartest people I know. You were either at the very top or somewhere in the middle having a good time.
Well, almost everyone, we did have 100% graduation rate.
Wow.
And everyone went on to like super amazing colleges and stuff like that. So that just goes to show that teacher to classroom size ratio is so important.
Love that. Love that. Well, welcome back to the show. Really glad to have you on. And last but not least, Jacob Johnson is with us. Jacob, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jacob Johnson. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. I'm an enforcement officer in the transportation department of a local university, which means I'm the a-hole that goes around writing parking tickets. Something fun about myself. I know a lot of people on this podcast are really big fans of Clue, the movie, my favorite movie. Me and a friend hosted a live-action Clue where we made up a game board on a gym floor and hosted like 8 different rounds of the game of Clue with life-size cards that were made of our friends and
holy crap, dude! How did it go?
Oh, it was a blast. We were going to make it an annual thing, but then COVID happened.
Yeah, but you got to do that again. If it wasn't too much work for the fun, that's like a thing that people will remember and tell their friends about for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah, no, like I made the game board, so we took painter's tape and laid it out to scale and had different rooms. One of the we couldn't make it perfect to the board, but our ballroom just had like sports balls in it to represent ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And she made cards for each individual player. So like one friend had a card all about them, and then we used those as the characters.
I love it. I'm so impressed by that, and I'm so glad to have you on. It's your first time. I love first timers, so it is great to meet you. And gosh, Carmela, you know what? I think it's time for me to push another button.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Warm It Up Chris, but I got to do the volume. I want to do the volume first. Oh my God, get the volume up. Here we go.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right, so Warm It Up Chris today going to be done by Carmela Smith. Take it away, Carmela.
All right. Most of, my question writing and existence is like, what's Carmela into lately? And the thing I'm into always is sci-fi. So I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect over the last few months, and the ship in Mass Effect is the Normandy, very famously is the Normandy. So I have a list of different ships from various sci-fi franchises and intellectual properties.
Oh, I love this.
I'm going to give you the name of the ship. You need to give me where it comes from. So, Alex, we are going to start with you.
I think we've done something like this before. Do you remember the first time we did this, Carmela?
I don't.
Okay, it's going to be funny where somebody's going to point this out, and they're going to be like, "You've already named all those ships," and I will preemptively respond, "That's at least a year ago, and none of us remember that stuff."
So, Alex, you get the USSC Discovery 1.
Okay, that's from Star Trek Discovery.
Actually, the USSC Discovery 1 is from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I would have said Star Trek Discovery, too.
That is from Space Odyssey. Jacob, you get the Bebop.
Bebop, balloon, baba, she's my baby.
Spaceballs?
No, the Bebop is the name of the ship in the series Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Spike Spiegel is the captain of. Yes.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Man, I didn't know it either, Jacob, but now that she said the answer, it's like, yeah, I could have known that.
Blaine, you are going to get the, let's see here. I'm going to give you the Avalon. What is the Avalon from?
Avalon. I don't know.
So the Avalon is the ship in the movie Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
and
there are so
Chris,
many
what's-his-face?
spaceships in space movies now. I don't even I remember that happening, but golly, it's like, oh, now that's part of the lexicon. I can't keep up.
Yep. All right,
Yeah.
Jonathan, I am going to give you the UNSC Pillar of Autumn.
The UNS, United Nations pillar. Is this Halo?
It is Halo. This is from Halo
Honestly, some
Combat
of the
Evolved.
best
I
names
only
on that.
played the first game, and I only got about halfway through, but that felt like a Halo kind of thing.
Well, the Pillar of Autumn is the ship in the first game. So
Is it really?
Yes.
Awesome. I did have an advantage.
All right. Alex, you get Jupiter 2.
Jupiter 2, that's Planet of the Apes?
Oh, kind of close. Same era. This is the ship from the television series Lost in Space.
Oh, my goodness. Man, we're doing so badly. You might need to start giving us hints, Carmela. Like, give us like an
might.
era or something, or a genre like TV or movies or whatever.
Okay. So, Jacob, I'm going to give you the Destiny Ascension. It's from a video game.
Is that Destiny?
It is not. I talked about this game at the top. This
Mass
is
Effect.
From Mass Effect. Yep, it's the flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Of course it is.
Wait, I'm going to give you Titan. It's from a movie.
Titan.
Now that you did the one where the name of the ship was in the movie, the Bebop, or in the show, every time you say one, I'm like, okay, well, there's the one that has that name in it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit and say Titans.
Close. This is from
Titan AE.
Yes. Which is a movie I enjoy. Not a lot of people do, but I enjoy it very much.
Was it a cartoon or was it an action?
It was a cartoon. It was a
Matt
Don
Damon.
Bluth movie. Matt Damon. Bill Pullman's in
wow.
that movie. Drew Barrymore. Yeah. All right. Jonathan,
Yes.
I'm going to give you the NSEA Protector. It's from a movie.
NSEA Protector. I am not familiar with it. I am going to say maybe this was the president's ship on The Fifth Element.
No, the NSEA Protector is from the very wonderful movie Galaxy Quest.
Oh no, I love Galaxy Quest. It's been too long since I've seen it. I need to put that on my list. I have a list
should.
of movies that
I think
Marcelli and I that she wants to watch with me and I want to watch with her. And that's the kind of movie that it's a sci-fi thing, but it's like picking on sci-fi and it's kind of fun. I think she would dig that.
I also think Sebastian would like it as
Yeah,
well.
it's a really good call. I'm down with that. That could be a family movie.
Yeah, I think you'd have a great time. All right, Alex, you're going to get the Base Star. This is from a television show.
That's from Battlestar Galactica.
It is absolutely from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, knocked it out of the
Cylon
park.
capital ship.
Good job.
Jacob, you get Serenity.
Firefly.
Oh,
Yes,
the quickness.
it is from Firefly.
That's the one I wanted.
Blaine, you get the Lewis and Clark. It is from a movie.
Lewis and Clark. I have no idea.
This is from the movie Event Horizon.
Oh.
That was called the Lewis and Clark?
The Lewis and Clark is what's sent
Really?
to rescue the people on Event
Okay.
Horizon. All right, Jonathan, you get the Mars 1 and Mars 2.
Oh, God, Mars 1 and Mars 2. It would be too easy to say the Martian.
It's not the Martian.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying the Martian.
It's from a movie though.
But I don't know. The Mars 1 and the Mars 2. Oh, phooey. I'm going to say, what's that guy's name? John whatever saves Mars. John Connor? John Carpenter? John Carter
Mars?
saves Mars, whatever it is. Yes.
Do you ever read any of those books?
No.
There's no
Those books?
spaceships in those.
No spaceships.
Why did he get to Mars
It's
then?
in the Civil War.
He wakes
Well,
up
that's
there.
l-
He
He
passes out in the
teleports from a
cave.
cave.
Come on.
Passes out in the cave. Wakes up on Mars. The books are not bad actually.
Which one do you think would be worse, doing a John Carter waking up on Mars, or doing a Kafka and waking up as a cockroach?
Well,
It ends much better for John Carter.
it does end much better. for John
Good
Carter
point.
than it
I think
does for
we're all
Kafka.
going to want to wake up on Mars.
But this is from the 2000 movie Mission to Mars with Gary Sinise.
Oh, man,
and,
I don't even remember it.
Tim Robbins. Yeah. All right, we're going to go one more time around. Alex, you get the X-71 Freedom and the X-71 Independence. It's from a movie.
I have no idea. So
I think all the nerds are mad at us.
And, my fun fact was about spacecraft, so this is extra bad. I'm just going to guess Stargate.
These are the prototype shuttles that they use in Armageddon.
Now, Carmela, out of curiosity, do you know these? Were these all things that you knew when you found them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are good at space movies.
If you go listen to Hollywood Cast Connection, my first episode with them is all about sci-fi, and I talk about some of these things. All right, Jacob, you are going to get the Hunter 4. It is from a video game.
Hunter 4. I'm not just Destiny again.
This is Samus's ship from Metroid.
Oh, Metroid.
Yep. All right, Blaine, you get the Axiom. It is from an animated movie.
Oh, I know that one. Woo!
Well, help a sister
think
out.
Disney.
Well, think Pixar.
Close enough.
Oh, is it from Wall-E?
That's from Wall-E. That is the ship from Ollie. And Jonathan, I'm going to give you... Let's see. How have you been doing on this one?
Below average.
Below
Actually,
average.
no, average for us, but below average for general space nerds.
Actually, I did have one specifically that I wanted to give you. I wanted to give you the USS Sulaco.
Spell it.
Sulaco.
I can help you out on this one if you need it, Jonathan.
Okay, I probably will. Let me think for a second. USS means it's an Earth-based... and was it like a movie game or TV...
Oh, this is from a movie.
That means it is a movie based around Earth. USS.
Think game over, man. Game over.
Oh, it's Aliens.
It is Aliens, specifically Aliens.
I love the clue. Thank you, Alex.
So that is your warm-up. These are all pretty famous ships from various sci-fi properties.
You know what, Carmela, that was a well done warming up, Chris. Just because we didn't do that well at it doesn't mean that wasn't really good. It just wasn't our day for that category, but I really like that category, and I think that there's lots of room to do that again in the future. So many.
Oh yeah, there's tons of ships, space stations.
So cool. Thank you so much. Very good. So guys, this is episode number 336. And before we get to the game, I want to remind everybody, don't fast forward. I saw you reaching for that. Listen, I got a few hundred calendars that I want to sell. We have the absolute best trivia calendar on the market. I know it's only August. I know you're not thinking about next year yet, but 2022, you want an everyday Q&A trivia calendar on your desk, in your house. If you're in the office, in your office, this is a fantastic daily trivia calendar with questions by not only one of the best question writers I know, Katie Sikelski, but contributed questions by warheads like yourselves. It's $25 for the calendar, but if you buy more than one, they're $20 each. We split the shipping cost with you. The more you buy, the better the deal is. And you can go to triviacalendar.net to buy your copy or copies today. Triviacalendar.net. They are going to run out. We bought more than ever this year, and we already know they're going to sell out. They're probably going to sell out before Christmas. But now's your chance. Triviacalendar.net. All right, episode number 336, guys. It's going to be Alex and Blaine versus Jonathan and Jacob. Carmela is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness, 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
and I don't have my button to push to do the thing. Yeah, I'm sad. So for you all out there, we switched from Zencastr to Skype in the middle because one of our contestants today, it was lagging for them specifically, and on Skype it doesn't seem to be. So this is something that we're going to figure out in the future for how to get this all to work better. But that was our first try. That does not mean it'll be our last try.
Yep. All right. So round one, first categories. Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Who was the youngest person to be bestowed the title of People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive? And up until Patrick Swayze's death in 2009, had been the only former sexiest man alive to have passed on.
I think we can lock
2009?
Yeah, up until 2009, this person was not only the youngest to get the title, but it was also the only one who had passed on since receiving the title.
But you didn't say when they passed on, did you?
I did not say when they passed on.
And they already locked in.
Alex, you and
Yeah,
Blaine?
we're locked in.
Yeah,
All
we're locked in.
So, Jacob, we both named really good names. I'm almost positive it's one of those two.
I'm trying to remember when Heath Ledger passed away.
It was... So, the names we have on our mind are either River Phoenix or Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger... God, this is hard to remember, right? So, Heath Ledger was the second Batman. He passed away like 2 years after the Joker role, I think. So, do you remember when Batman Returns came out?
I feel like he passed away after filming was completed, but before it was released, because everyone was like, he's kind of he wasn't there to see the good work that he did.
Oh, he didn't see, like he wasn't at the Oscar ceremony to get an award. Okay,
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he passed away before it released.
I think this was before 2009. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, because I remember watching that with Bob, my brother, and I was already married to my ex-wife in 2009, and I wouldn't have watched it with Bob if that was the case.
And River passed away in the early 90s?
Early 90s. And obviously River Phoenix was really attractive and would have been somebody to win that award. He might have, but it was really early for him, I would think.
Well, she's asking for the youngest person.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it would have been really early for him, meaning early in the run. Like, they didn't start doing Sexiest Man until like 86. And they were giving it to people like Mel Gibson and...
When was he young Indiana Jones?
God, this would have been like 89, around The Last Crusade. I'm pushing for Heath Ledger. I think Heath Ledger got it.
All right, let's go with it.
All right, we're going to go with Heath Ledger.
Okay.
So I seem to recall in the 90s they gave it to JFK Jr., who of course died in a plane crash.
So you're right. The run for Sexiest Man Alive started like in 85. Mel Gibson was the first one. This person was awarded in 1988 when he was 27, and it was JFK Jr.
You know,
Good job,
Jacob,
Alex.
I don't know about you, but I approached that from the wrong direction because I knew JFK Jr. was the sexiest man alive once, and I didn't try and go through the list.
You are correct. Heath Ledger did pass away before 2009. He passed away in 2008, and he received his Oscar for playing the Joker posthumously. But neither he nor River Phoenix ever was awarded Sexiest Man Alive.
Also, Jacob and I are going to register a protest here. Both of us are under the weather. I don't know about you, Jacob, but my head is very foggy. Let's just say yours is too. So if we do really poorly, this is the reason why, clearly.
Okay, you have a built-in excuse. Good for you.
I'm going to go with the excuse of 88 was before I was born, and I don't really pay attention to Sexiest Man Alive.
Okay. Question 2. Medical breakthroughs. Rosalind Sussman Yalo was one of the developers of the radio immunoassay technique. And I'll spell that for you. RADIOIMMUNOASSAY, which is used to screen blood for various diseases, as well as to identify hormone-related health issues. This work led her to be the first American-born woman to receive what prestigious award in 1977?
Yeah, we're on the same page. Is there any other thing you could...
Yeah, we're good to lock in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jacob, so we both were thinking the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Are there any other medical awards that you can think of?
If only I listened more to my fiance who works at the Blood Lab. This seems right up her alley.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can think of is Nobel.
Me too. So I think that's what we're going to go with. We'll say the Nobel Prize in Medicine.
All right. Alex and Blaine?
The Nobel Peace Prize, Jesus. The Nobel Prize in Medicine and Physiology.
Yep. She was the first American born woman and also only the second woman to win the prize in that category. It was the Nobel Prize in Medicine and Physiology.
Nice.
Good job, everybody. All right. Last category in the round. Ugh, I need a drink. Someone make me a Cape Codder. You just need some vodka and what fruit juice?
Oh, my God. This is the question we had in Boston, isn't it?
I had one of these in Boston, specifically because we were in Boston.
With vodka and what?
I need to know what fruit juice.
That was vodka?
You don't make vodka from fruit.
No, I'm asking, was vodka the alcohol you named in the question?
Yes, you just need some vodka and what fruit juice?
I'm good to lock that in if you are, Alex.
As good as I'm going to come up with.
Yeah, I like that answer. We're locked in.
Okay, so Jacob, you suggested cranberry, and I asked you if this is something that you knew. You said no clue.
Nah.
So cranberry is just a guess?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When she first said Cape Codder, I was thinking something with fish, but maybe lemon?
I feel almost certain that this was a question we had when we recorded at the State House in Boston, and Liz Hudson and I don't think it said fruit juice. I think it just said juice, and I think Liz Hudson and I answered clam juice, which was not an attractive pairing with vodka. Cranberry is as good as anything. I don't have anything here. I don't have the answer. So vodka and cranberry sounds good to me. I think we go with it.
I feel like there's bodge up there in Massachusetts for cranberries.
Ooh, well, that would be helpful as well.
So, yeah, let's go with cranberry.
Love it. We'll say vodka and cranberry.
Blaine and Alex?
Cranberry does sound good for Massachusetts. We weren't sure, and we went with something else red and guessed tomato.
I do remember now Paul asking us about Cape Codders, and I think that's why I ended up ordering that drink later on that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the clam part. It's not clams. Thank goodness it's not clams. But it is cranberry.
Yeah, all right, Jacob.
It's a vodka cranberry.
Great
I don't
job.
know why they decided to give it a weird name, but it's just a vodka cranberry.
I'm gonna thank Fallout 4 for that answer.
You know, playing that game, I walked to in front of the State House in game, and I'm like, I've been there in real life.
Were you able to do the trail?
Yeah, I did the trail.
That's cool.
Carmela, was that question 2 or question 3?
That was question 3, so that is the end of the round. Score check. We are tied up 20-20.
Sounds good.
Getting into round 2. We got some pop culture math. I would like you to multiply the number in the name of the band led by Linda Perry and had the hit What's Up in 1993 by the number of guys in the title of a sitcom featuring Ryan Reynolds and Nathan Fillion that ran from 1998 to 2001.
I have meow meows, Jacob.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh man, I'm too sick to do that. I got a head rush.
Okay, sounds like.
Can you read the first part of the question again?
Sure. I would like for you to multiply the number in the name of the band led by Linda Perry and had the hit What's Up in 1993 by the number of guys in the title of a sitcom featuring Ryan Reynolds and Nathan Fillion that ran from 1998 to 2001.
So anyone that's seen my Learn League profile knows that pop music is not my strong suit.
I think it's still my top category.
But I'm guessing the show might be Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, so that'd be 2.
I was born in 95, so the band is beyond me. But the answer to the universe is 4, so I'm down to say 8.
Sure, let's lock in with 8.
Okay.
Wow.
Jonathan?
That's some right there.
That's how it feels like to play against
That's not. I have.
Oh my God,
I have,
did I just pull a
I have better
Jonathan?
logic than hey. The answer to the universe is 4.
I thought the answer to the universe was 42.
4 non-blondes.
It's good.
4 non-blondes times 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place gives you 8.
Yeah, I'm looking for 4 non-blondes and 2 guys and a girl. That would give you 8.
It feels much better
Hold
being
up.
on this side of pointing to Jonathan.
Hold up. So I messed up and said 4 instead of 42, and then came through and pulled a Jonathan. I can die happy. I'm crossing
y'all
that off the
are
bucket list.
misappropriating.
Oh my God.
You're misappropriating a Jonathan. You have to have some kind of reason for your answer. It can't just be complete goof.
I almost corrected her.
Mm.
But I
She
thought
had a
that might have been
reason.
wrong.
It doesn't
Let her
have to be the
have
right
this,
reason.
Jonathan. Jeez.
But it's my name.
No,
Fine.
you're not the only Jonathan
You
in the
can have
world.
my name. Trust me, the other ones don't want their name associated with asses. By the way, Jacob and I have a team name. Our team name is Lovable Asses. He described himself as a lovable ass earlier, and I was like, I resonate with that. Mm-hmm. We are the Lovable Asses.
Your second question in the round category is Tell My Wife I Love Her. A great many of us depend on Wi-Fi for our work and entertainment, but Wi-Fi is an abbreviation. What does it stand for?
That is what I'm thinking too. We can lock that in.
All right, let's lock it in.
All right. So, Jacob, obviously the Y is wireless. The Phi sounds like fidelity to me, like wireless fidelity.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I also thought this was a trick question that Wi-Fi means absolutely nothing.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure it does mean something. It is short because there's also hi-fi is high fidelity, right? I think that the Wi-Fi wireless fidelity concept is that it has to have a high fidelity signal in order to move over the air. And so fidelity is more of just a statement of, hey, this is a clean signal, which is why it would be part of the name. That's the best I can come up with. I do not think that it's something like filament or any other fiber optic, wireless fiber. I don't think that's what we're talking about. I think it's fidelity.
Well, wireless fiber would be an oxymoron. So let's go with wireless fidelity.
All right, let's do it.
Much like Jonathan, we knew hi-fi was high fidelity, so it made sense Wi-Fi was wireless fidelity.
One of my favorite network names I've ever seen is Tell My Wi-Fi Love Her, which is why I named the category this. But it is,
I love it.
It is definitely wireless fidelity. So good
Beautiful.
job all around.
Woohoo.
Mine's FBI Van 01.
Mine used to be called the Archangel Network, but then I switched to Xfinity and used theirs, so I have like a stupid name. It's like called Home.
I was at an airport the other day, and it was Nashville, and it was like NSA airport something, and it had an unnecessary exclamation point in it, and I'm like, I don't think I trust that. I think somebody is spoofing, and so I had to go look at their website to double check what it should be before I would log into it.
Yeah, I tend to not log into airport Wi-Fi.
My in-laws, their Wi-Fi is Scenernet, and Scener is spelled just like Wiener. So I wanted to make ours Wienernet, and my husband was not okay with that.
Your last category in the round is What's in a Name? Actor David Tennant famously portrayed the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who. However, Tennant was a name he chose once he found out there was already an actor named David MacDonald in the Acting Guild in the UK. He picked Tennant after reading a copy of Smash Hits magazine and coming across Neil Tennant, the frontman of what synth pop duo he formed with Chris Lowe. Longtime listeners of the show will probably recognize this fact.
Oh, this name is familiar, though. Neil Tennant. God bless it.
Ooh, I like that answer.
I have no thunder behind that whatsoever.
That's better than anything I'm going to pull out of my butt, so I'm down with that.
I don't know. Previous experience might disagree with you.
Well, the first answer was completely wrong because I forgot about the most famous person. So let's go with your answer.
I guess we're going to lock that in.
You guys lock in faster than we do.
Yeah, we're locking in with no confidence. So there's that.
So, Jacob, we know Mark Mothersbaugh is Devo. We know Morrissey is the Smiths. I don't think it's the Pet Shop Boys. I don't think that it's Talking Heads has more than 2 people in it, right?
I'm going to say sure.
I think so, because they broke up and formed Joy Division with leftover members, I think. So, not them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm much like Santa Claus on the December 26th. Got a whole bag of nothing here.
Alex has a literal bag of nothing he says he's sending us. I'm really excited about it. He had it embroidered.
that.
It's so great. God bless it. Neil Tennant isn't the male person on the Eurythmics, is it? Because that's a synth pop duo with Annie Lennox. Neil Tennant sounds so familiar to me. Like I know that I've run across this, and it is upsetting that I'm not automatically coming up with it. Flock of Seagulls is 3. I don't have it. It's not coming. Eurythmics is a synth pop duo. We can go with that.
It's fine with me.
All right, we're going to say the Eurythmics.
All right. Blaine
So-
and Alex.
Synth pop made me think 80s, and I figured Duran Duran, I think, was 2 people, so we just guessed Duran Duran.
So the correct answer was said, but it was not given as an answer.
Oh.
The male counterpart to Annie Lennox in Eurythmics is Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart.
But I've talked about this before in a previous episode. The duo comprised of Neil Tennant and Chris Lowe is the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, no.
As soon as you said it's not the Pet Shop Boys, I was like, oh.
I thought there was more Pet Shop Boys.
Nope, just the 2.
Oh, I'm sad.
And Neil Tennant used to write for Smash Hits, which is probably why David Tennant found his name in the magazine. David Tennant later had to change his name legally to Tennant to conform with SAG rules, but that's where he got his name from. So neither team got that one. 10 points to Carmela.
He's really great at
Neil
Scrooge
Tennant.
McDuck, too.
Yes. All right. So after the second round, we are still tied 40-40. Getting into round 3. First category is What's My Line, which is brought to us by Rob Warman.
Thank you, Rob. Warman.
Complete this famous line from The Godfather. Leave the blank, take the blank.
Mm-hmm. Oh, meow, meow. Meow, meow. This is for Jacob.
We're locked in.
Yeah, I agree. We're locked in.
So I'm pretty sure on this one. I believe he's told to leave the gun and take the cannoli.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so.
So despite its grammatical issues, we're going to go with gun and cannoli.
All right. Jacob, I guess you were the one with meow meows. So what?
I made
what is your
Jonathan an
signature?
offer he didn't refuse.
Oh,
I said, leave the gun, take the cannoli.
I love it.
It is leave the gun, take the cannoli. Apparently, the original line was just leave the gun, and then Richard Castellano improvised the cannoli bit. Now we have leave the gun, take the cannoli. But both teams got that right.
That was
Good job.
improvised. That's such a good line. Cannolis, man, they're so good. Now I like the sweet cannolis. I know that the classic Italian isn't quite as sweet.
Yeah, it's not quite as sugary, but they are very good.
I'm an American, so I like the sweet stuff. You know what I mean?
I love
I'm
the
allergic-
Kroger knockoffs.
You love the what?
The Kroger knockoffs.
Yes, exactly. Now we're talking.
I'm allergic to nuts, so I can't eat the super traditional cannolis.
With the
I have-
pistachios, yeah.
Yeah, so I have to get the Kroger knockoffs.
Hey, don't bash the
I
Kroger
understand.
knockoffs. Those are solid.
Actually, they're quite flaky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your next category is brought to us by Matthew Burris. So thank you,
thank
Matthew.
you, Matthew. Matthew is a regular question contributor. We appreciate you, Matthew.
Yes. And your category is science.
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 Electromagnetic induction is the method of using magnetic fields to produce voltage and, in a closed circuit, a current. Who discovered this method? No word if he was a cagey fellow or not.
I've got meow meows on this.
I've got meow meows too. Oh, Jacob's got. We all got meow meow meow.
Do we have enough meow meows to 3, 2, 1 it?
I
Sure.
think. Let me double check. Jacob, make sure we're saying the same thing before we piss each other off. We're saying the same thing. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
you trust me,
3, 2, 1
Blaine?
this.
I trust you, Alex. You're the physicist.
You're right.
All right.
Engineer,
All right.
whatever you are.
So Alex is answering for your team, who's answering for Jonathan and Jacob.
Jacob.
All right, so 3, 2, 1.
Faraday.
Faraday.
Yep, it is Michael Faraday.
What a great clue. That's if you know it, it makes it totally gettable. If you don't, it doesn't help at all.
Yeah, I added the cagey because I was like,
I
oh, like a
love it.
Faraday cage. But yes, it is Michael Faraday.
In a past life, I was bomb squad for the Air Force, and we had to worry about Faraday cages and.
Are you
electromagnetic
kidding me? First of all, you were in the Air Force, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service.
Hey.
You were in the bomb squad. I didn't know the Air Force had a bomb squad.
All 4 branches.
This wasn't your interesting fact about yourself? I mean, the clue thing was awesome, though, but the bomb squad for the airport, how many times did you get deployed to defuse bombs?
I only got deployed once, but it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Did 6 years, but
Your email address makes more sense now.
Oh, that does make sense.
All right, let's keep going. Sorry. Jacob, you're an interesting guy. I like you.
well, thank you. I like you all too.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's real love fest around here. Your third category is brought to us by Clint Givens.
Thank you, Clint. Another regular question contributor. Well, you guys, I tell you, and now because of the show that we did last time, I can tell you right now, next week, I'm going back to the well with questions that were submitted when I was asking for them 2 weeks ago, and still using the same people's questions, just new ones that I didn't get to last time. So trivialwarfare.com, there's a button for submit a question. Keep them coming. You can direct them to whichever host you want, or you can direct them to me, and sometimes I pass them out. Sometimes I use them myself. But we always appreciate it.
Yep, that's actually how I got the one from Matthew, and the one from Clint is you forwarding them on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look at them first in case anyone...
I do not, no.
He's like, I didn't look at these. Here they are.
I do look at the category, though. Like sometimes, I don't send you many science questions. I send Chris lots of science questions. I send Ben I never send Ben like a sports question. I send Ben history and that kind of stuff.
Oh, history, yeah. But Clint Givens has given us this question. Your category is technical coincidences, which are the best kind of coincidences?
Of course, absolutely.
The 100 Years' War, famously and ironically, lasted 116 years. In what year, which holds a certain significance for geeks and computer aficionados, did it begin?
Oh, my God. Oh.
We can lock it in.
Oh, Jacob, are you sure?
80%.
I love it. I mean, I knew it was either you guys locked in, so we can talk.
Yeah, they're locked in.
I knew it was either going to be 1300s or 1400s, and I was pretty sure it ended in the 1400s, which meant it had to be 1300s or close to. And why don't you? I don't want to take your thunder. This is all you. Tell people what you were thinking.
So she said geeks and nerds language, I think. That makes me think of leet speak, which makes me think of 1337.
So we locked in with 1337.
All right. Alex and Blaine?
So I knew it was in the early to mid 1300s, and with the clue, that kind of tipped it to 1337.
Yep, 1337 or leet in leet speak. So the 100 Years' War started in 1337. Good job, everyone.
Whoa.
And thank you, Clint, for that great clue.
Clint, I mean, that's a great question. That is so cool. I love it when a question is just basically a good question where you have a chance to figure it out in a couple of different ways. Either you know it or you can figure it. But then to have it also be something that is, oh my God, is that true? When a question makes you say, oh my God, is that true? That's the coolest kind of question.
It's technically a coincidence.
Nice Futurama reference. Technically correct is the best type of correct.
So at the end of round 3, we are still tied, but both teams swept that round into 70-70.
Oh, the coals are hot. Everybody's waking up.
Your midpoint is they made another one. Amazon Prime just released an adaptation of Cinderella earlier this year, starring Camila Cabello and as the title character and Billy Porter as the fairy godparent. Your host went down a rabbit hole, and there have been a lot of Cinderella movies over the last 100 years. I'm going to give you 4 Cinderella movies, and I want you to give me the name of the actor that portrayed Cinderella. First one, If the Shoe Fits, a 1990 TV movie also starring Rob Lowe.
Said 1990.
1990. The second one, Cinderella, a 1997 TV movie famously featuring Whitney Houston as the fairy godmother. Ever After, a Cinderella story, a 1998 movie where Leonardo da Vinci is in the role of the fairy godparent.
Leonardo da Vinci?
Is that DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci.
Not DiCaprio?
Not DiCaprio. I'm talking about the historical character is set up to be the fairy godparent in that movie. Ella Enchanted, a 2004 movie also starring Carrie Elwes and Vivica A. Fox. So I want to know who played Cinderella in If the Shoe Fits, Cinderella, Ever After, and Ella Enchanted.
Oh, I like your answer for 2.
I'm not sure about the other 2 though.
You know what though? Okay, so you are feeling good about the one you gave for number 4 and the one you gave for number 2?
Number 4, I absolutely know.
Okay,
number 2 is a yes. 1 and 3, I don't know.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah. TV movies makes it much harder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm good to lock in with that if you are, Alex.
As good as we're going to do, I think.
Yep.
All right. So for number 1, I mean, it's probably too old for the role at this point, but it's a made-for-TV movie, and Rob Lowe's in it, so we're going to go Molly Ringwald for number 1. Number 2, Jacob felt really good. No, Jacob was guessing, but it sounds right. Brandy for number 2. Number 4, we're all over
Anne
Hathaway. And number 3, we're just like, I don't know. I don't understand why Da Vinci's in a Cinderella story. And the idea, Jacob's thinking that it could be a guy. Maybe it's a Cinderella story, but not featuring Cinderella. I'm struggling to come up with people in the right age bracket here for that time. So how about Claire Danes?
Sure.
All right, we'll say Claire Danes.
All right. Alex and Blaine.
So this is going to sound eerily familiar because Blaine was very sure on Brandy and Anne Hathaway for 2 and 4. And much like them, we figured, why not pick another random brat packer and said Molly Ringwald for number 1. And I was just struggling to come up with someone that was in a bunch of stuff in 1998 and guessed Anne Heche for no other reason.
So, Ella Enchanted, most definitely Anne Hathaway in the role of Ella. Brandy was in the 1997 movie with Whitney Houston. If the Shoe Fits, TV movie also starring Rob Lowe. This is Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing and Ferris Bueller. And Ever After, which is probably my favorite adaptation of the Cinderella story. This is Drew Barrymore. She plays the role of Danielle in that movie.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, Ever After is probably one of the best Cinderella adaptations. But both teams got 2, so 10 points for each of you.
And that's the end of the first half.
It is the end of the first half.
80-80.
Yep, 80-80. Both teams still tied.
All right, that's the end of the first half. And before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been a sponsor of Trivial Warfare all throughout 2021, and it has been needed. This has been a hard year for so many people, for so many reasons. And I just want to ask you this question. Do you need someone to talk to? I know maybe at the beginning of the year you didn't. Maybe things were going good, but things change over time, and sometimes we need to rethink what we need and what we don't need. Maybe now there's something that's interfering with your happiness. Maybe now there is something that you feel is holding you back or making you feel bad, and now is the time to reach out to BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs. You'll talk to them. You'll tell them what you're experiencing, what kind of things you need to talk about, and it matches you with a licensed professional therapist. And these are high-quality folks, okay? I don't want you to think this is just any random person. These are legitimately well-qualified people who know what they're doing, and they know how to listen and talk to you about it. They can talk to you about anything, guys. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's anger, maybe it's self-esteem or depression, relationships. It could be anything. Maybe you're having a problem sleeping. These folks are there for you. It's a worldwide service. Everybody listening has a chance to use this. They can find the right match for you. You don't have to deal with waiting rooms. You don't have to drive anywhere. BetterHelp can give you the support that might be exactly what you need to make it through 2021. You know I want you to be happy, and I think this might help. As a listener of Trivial Warfare, you can get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. You can join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health and found somebody to talk to, who will listen and help them through. Just go to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Your first category in round 4. I'm not sure if they're qualified. There have been 8 Henrys on the British throne, one of which ascended to the role of king when he was 9 months old in 1422, making him the youngest ever to hold that title. Which Henry was this?
I got Meow Mouse.
Okay.
What?
Lock in if you'd like.
How dare you? All right, Jacob, we don't even have to type. We know that Henry VIII was in the early 1500s. I believe he took over from Henry VII in the late 1400s, as a matter of fact. So Henry VII was around for a while. I don't know how long a while, though. The idea that Henry VII could have been from like 1422 to 1480 or 90 something, that doesn't fit well with me, because then he'd be listed as right up there with the Elizabeths and Victoria as the longest reigning monarchs, and I don't think that happened.
Also, I don't think it has to go in sequence.
It does, but they don't all have to be Henrys. So there can be...
Well, I'm sorry. I knew the numbers, but it'd be Henry, George, John.
Yeah, agreed. And prior to Henry's daughters, I could be mistaken, but I don't think there was a Queen of England. I think they were all kings before that. If I'm wrong, and my logic is out here for everybody to hear, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think this makes sense to me. This is during the War of the Roses, too. I don't remember which side the Henry VIII and the VII were on, but I think they were Lancasters, which means there was a Richard in here somewhere that would have been a York. So it would have been, I think there's definitely a Richard in the 1400s.
All I'm doing is singing the song to myself, and that's not helping.
No, not helping. Did you get married to the widow next door?
She's been married 7 times before, but everyone was a Henry.
Oh, my God. Thinking that we should guess Henry V. That'd be my guess. I want to guess Henry V.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
All right, we're going to guess Henry V.
Okay. Alex and Blaine.
So going back to the 100 Years' War question, Henry V was very successful in that war, and it all fell apart when he died, and his very young son, Henry VI, became king.
Oh.
So he ruled from 1422 to 1461, and then again from 1470 to 1471 during the War of the Roses. This is Henry VI, the only king, or the only son of Henry V.
I knew just enough to be close but wrong.
Yep. And then the Tudors took over.
Henry V is the Band of Brothers guy.
Oh, and that's the Tudors. That's right. Henry VIII was a Tudor, so was Henry VII.
Yeah, they started the Tudor line.
Yeah, and I screwed it up.
Which brought the Yorks and Lancasters together. Which is why they're rose, because there was the white roses and the red roses, and then the Tudor rose had both red and white. So for their house sigil. All right, your next category is muses.
Muses.
What LGBTQ plus icon was the star of several John Waters films, including Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, and Hairspray, and was the visual inspiration for Ursula the Sea Witch in The Little Mermaid?
I think that this is the quintessential Trivial Warfare question. I bet we've had it. We've had it enough to where even I know it. And it was not something that I had any knowledge of when we started recording the show. Yeah, Jacob knows it too. We're locked in.
All right. Well, just John Waters movies and Ursula, I think that is Divine.
Are you locking in with Divine?
Yeah, we'll lock.
Yeah.
I think we're locking in with that.
We are also locking in with the one and only Divine.
Like an answer from on top. It's Divine.
Also known as Harris Glenn Milstead. This is Divine. Unfortunately, Divine passed away in 1988, just 3 weeks after Hairspray was released in theaters. Yeah. So, but this is Divine. So good job all around. I'm sure I've asked a version of that question before, but everyone should know who Divine is at this point.
That's a popular question. I know we've had it more than just you.
Your last category in the round is Dad of the Year. Many are familiar with Hercules as a Greek hero of myth, although Hercules is technically his Roman name. His most famous adventures, such as killing the Hydra and the Nemean lion, are related to his 12 labors. But why was he tasked with these labors in the first place?
How specific do we need to be? I mean, I can answer the cause of it right now, but if you want like names, then that'll be harder.
I'm not really looking for names.
Okay.
Just in general.
Yeah, I like that answer, Alex.
All right, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we can lock that in.
So Jacob, I'm pretty sure of this. The story is that I can't remember the name of the woman that he was trying to marry, but he wanted to get married. And the woman's father didn't want Hercules or Heracles to marry his daughter. And so he set him to 12 impossible tasks that he had to perform before he could prove himself worthy of marrying my teenage daughter. And so, these were tasks that he had to do in order to prove that he was worthy of getting married. I'm pretty sure.
That's the king that owned the stable, right? Because one of them was to clean out the
clean out the
stable.
stables? I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know that part.
I thought it was because he killed his wife and kid. And he had to, reclaim, or he had to, become worthy again. But I may be combining different things.
That might have come, I think that did happen. That might have come after. Unless he had a wife and kid and then killed them.
You sound
and
more
then got
sure
married
for
again. I feel pretty confident in it.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Okay. Blaine and Alex.
So we weren't sure, but I seem to remember a king made him do it. And then partially based on the category name, we figured probably trying to marry the king's daughter.
So what I have is what Jacob said, where he killed his wife and children. He was married to Megara, and from a bout of insanity imposed on him by Hera, because Hera wanted to destroy Hercules. And he prayed to Apollo, and Apollo is the one who sent him on those 12 labors. So I have it as he killed his wife and kids and was trying to atone for that.
That sucks. I guess that I am the one who screwed that up, Jacob. I'm so sorry.
That's all good. Because I know that inspired Kratos from the first God of War.
Right.
And I can't remember if that
but
was...
I know what Jonathan's talking about, but I'm trying to remember which Greek hero that was.
I thought that was the 12 labors of Hercules. I really did.
It's just been too long.
Yeah, because the Greek name for Hercules is Heracles because Zeus cheated on Hera with a mortal woman, and she named him Heracles to try to gain her favor, and it just completely backfired. So she's like, oh, heck no.
Well, neither team got that one, which is unfortunate. But that is the end of the fourth round. Scores at the end of the fourth round, there is a little bit of distance. Alex and Blaine are in the lead with 100 to Jacob and Jonathan's 90.
All right.
All right, round 5. Obligatory sports question.
Sports.
It is tradition for teams to retire the numbers of significant players after that player leaves the team, either due to retirement or death. When Magic Johnson retired for the last time in 1996, the Lakers retired what number?
Pretty certain.
That's all you.
Oh, sweet. Then I'm going to send this to you so you can see it. And I'm willing to lock that in.
Sounds good to me.
All right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Of course, I'm sorry about the last one, too, so it is possible.
So, sports is my second worst category.
Like I've said in past recordings, unless it's a Notre Dame bowl game, I'm out.
I don't think he had a super low number, and for some reason, 32 was the first thing that popped into my mind.
For some reason, 44 popped into my mind. But was that Larry Bird's number?
I have no idea, but if you want to go 44, I am happy to say that.
I kind of want to say 44 because you may be thinking Michael Jordan's 23.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. There was some learned league question about putting... His was one of the numbers you had to put in hexadecimal, and I can't remember. But... but okay, let's lock in 44.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right. Jonathan, Jacob.
My memory of Magic Johnson is that he wore the number 32.
When Magic retired for the third time in 1996, the Lakers retired number 32.
Woohoo!
I'm so sorry, Alex.
It happens.
All right, next question. Your category is Yes, Queen.
Yes.
What New Zealand-born singer released the single Solar Power in June 2021? It was memified after appearing on the web interview series Hot Ones, where she barely even broke a sweat while answering Sean Evans' questions and eating spicy wings.
That's the only answer that I'm going to come up with, Jacob. We can lock that in if you want.
Sure.
All right, we're locked in.
All right, well, the only New Zealand singer I can think of is Lorde.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, so for no other reason than I know no other New Zealand singers, let's go with Lorde.
Okay. Jacob,
According to
Jonathan?
most maps, New Zealand doesn't exist. So the only New Zealand singer I know is Lorde as well.
You could say that she was Lord of the Wings. I am saying that this is going to be the Lord.
She didn't break a sweat? That's incredible.
I don't know if anyone's ever seen Hot Ones, but I've ordered some of the hot sauces they've used on there. They're not a joke. Like, it's not a joke. And she took 2 bites of some of those wings. So she can handle spicy food very well, apparently.
My family's Amish, so butter is spicy to us.
Wow.
I love the Bob's Burger quote. If she was a spice, she'd be flour.
I love that one.
Your next category in the round is we're on a boat. I have never been to Venice, but I have been to the Venetian in Las Vegas, where there is an indoor canal system used to recreate the streets of the Italian city. What is the name of the boat used to travel the canals?
Yeah, meow meows.
We all do. Meow meow. I'm tired. I'm sick.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we can 3, 2, 1 then. Everybody got it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Gondola.
It is gondolas. You could also take a gondola ride in the Venetian. That's the only time I've ever been on a gondola was when we were in Vegas. So, but yes, gondolas.
Hopefully the Venetian smells nicer than natural Venice.
The canals in the Venetian are not the sewer.
I will say, living about an hour north of it was pretty nice, but
I
keep
did.
going.
I got to travel the canals in Venice. I don't remember them smelling awful when I was there.
You must have been after a good time. If it rains, oh man.
No, it did rain. It flooded. St. Mark's was completely underwater. They had panels set up. You'd have to walk like 3 feet above the ground to go anywhere because the city's flooding constantly.
Sinking.
After the end of the 5th round, we are tied up again. It is 120 to 120.
It's a good game.
Very tight game. Let's get into the 6th round and see if we can create any distance. First category, where is Carmela Sandiego?
Oh, where in the world is Carmela Sandiego?
I'm looking for an adventure, so I'm going to set sail on the Mare Tranquillitatis. Where am I?
I got my mouse.
Yeah,
Okay, lock it in, Alex.
All right, we're locked in.
Let me spell Tranquillitatis as well.
Spell Mare too.
Mare. And then Tranquillitatis is TRANQUILLITATIS.
So you're setting sail on the Mare Tranquillitatis.
Mm-hmm.
Mare Tranquillitatis. And they locked in. So Jacob, I don't think she means this is the name of a ship. I think this must be the name of a river or something like that.
Just a shot in the dark here. Is that Tranquil Sea in like French?
Is there such a thing as the Tranquil Sea?
On the moon.
Sea of Tranquility. Oh, that's really great.
I mean, I may be chasing a dog up a tree here or something, but...
Mare. I mean, like it's spelled the same as mare, so I didn't know if it was going to be like horse related. But...
it's definitely a body of water.
Okay, so it's not French, though. Tranquillitatis is not a French word. So maybe a different language, but still, tranquility. You're on the right track. That is definitely a tranquility kind of thing.
Also, a little bit of game theory here. Alex locked in immediately. He's all about the Apollo missions.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah. So, Carmela, for our answer, are you looking for the name of the place, or are you looking for the place that it's located? Like, if it was a sea in France, would you want the name of the sea, or would you want France?
I would want France.
Okay, then why don't we say the moon, Jacob?
Just a shot in the dark. We'll say the moon.
We're going to say MOON spells moon.
Okay.
So, Mare Tranquillitatis is Latin for the Sea of Tranquility, and that is where the eagle landed on the moon.
Wow.
That's absolutely where the eagle landed.
Jacob, that was real good. Real good.
Both teams got that right. Good job. I told you I was looking for an adventure. I'm going to the moon.
That's an adventure, all right. Make sure you bring some tractors.
Yes. Your next category is 27 Club. There's an old joke that when the nuclear apocalypse happens, it'll just be Keith Richards and 5 cockroaches left on Earth. Where Mr. Richards seems to be immortal, what other founding member of the Rolling Stones unfortunately drowned at the age of 27 in 1969?
Oh, no. I can name all 4 current members of the Rolling Stones, Jacob. I cannot name any former members of the Rolling Stones. I've got no answer here.
Well, Jonathan, if you pick up Monier and then set that right back down, because I got nothing.
Here we go.
They haven't locked in yet, though.
No. I think we're going to lock in with Strings Magoo. Strings Magoo, that famous guitarist from the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
All right, Strings Magoo. That's our answer.
Okay. Well, Blaine and Alex, in an unconventional turn of events, it's your turn to talk.
So
see my earlier comment about pop music.
I intentionally avoid listening to the Rolling Stones, but I do know on one of my Parcast Haunted Places podcasts, they talk about a new conspiracy podcast, and they say his death is a conspiracy. And I'm trying to remember if they say his name in the commercials.
That's way better than what I've got.
I have no idea. What's a famous English last name? Williams?
So I keep thinking Keith Moon, but I think he was the Who.
Yeah, he's the Who.
How about just Stewart?
Stewart? I'm down for Stewart.
All right. We're locking in our random choice of an English last name of Stewart.
So we got Stewart and we got Magoo. Well, you were correct in that it was a guitar player who's one of the original guitarists for the Rolling Stones. I'm looking for Brian Jones. A Lucky Jones here.
No, I'm not aware of Mr. Jones.
Yeah, and to Blaine's point, I can see why some people would be like, oh, his death was a conspiracy. He was kind of forced out of the Rolling Stones, or he left under not great circumstances, and he was also unfortunately an addict, both drugs and alcohol, and that may have contributed to why he drowned. But they don't really know why he was in the pool at the time. So, but yeah, I'm looking for Brian Jones here. So 10 more points for me. Woohoo! All right, your last category before the gauntlet is going to be more science.
Science.
More science.
Science.
What element, number 74 on the periodic table, is also known as wolfram?
Spell Wolfram.
WOLFRAM. Wolfram.
Okay, I'm going to lock that in, Alex.
Okay, we're locked in.
Jacob, I think wolfram is tungsten.
Sounds good to me. My first guess was silver, but I think it's way lower than that. So
Silver, yeah, it's not silver. Silver is argentum.
I was just going with the wolf.
Yeah. Let's go with tungsten.
Sure, tungsten it is.
All right. Alex and Blaine.
Its symbol is W on the periodic table. It's tungsten.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's W. I'm looking for tungsten here. Good job.
Although it really should be silver, because I like that answer.
All right. So going into the gauntlet, we have a tie game. It is 140 to 140.
Oh my gosh.
So nothing has mattered up to this point.
Nothing else matters. Yeah. All right. We got to figure out our wagers. Everybody
the
start
gauntlet
typing.
Category first.
Oh, yeah.
Your gauntlet category is city slickers.
Looks like we're on the same page.
Yep.
Our wager's locked in.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna put it all on you. You do this way better than anyone I know. So whatever you want to go with, I'll listen. That's good with me.
All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in our wager.
All right. So, your first question in the Gauntlet of City Slickers. What is the name of the Grand Theft Auto game released in 2002 and was set in the 1980s in a Miami analog?
Agreed.
Okay. Locked in.
All right, Jacob, is that Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
It is indeed. It's sitting on my desk to the left.
All right, we're going to say Vice City. Our answer is locked in.
All right. Question number 2. What David Bowie song was originally a B-side to Starman before being released as its own single, in which Bowie says, "Don't lean on me, man, because you can't afford the ticket"?
Oh, that is.
Sure.
All right, we're going to lock that in. Our answer's locked in.
Okay.
We're good to lock that in, Alex?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
And your third question. Taking place in 1960s Rio de Janeiro, what is the name of the 2002 movie based on a 1997 book and directed by Fernando Meirelles, which earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Director?
Oh, God. Jacob, are you confident in what you sent?
90%.
Hell yeah. We're locked in.
I'm good to lock in with that.
Okay. We're locked in.
What is the name of the Grand Theft Auto game released in 2002 and was set in 1980s in a Miami analog? Jacob, do you want to say your team's answer?
With the best soundtrack of all time, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
All right. Alex and Blaine?
I played a lot of Vice City back in the day.
Yeah, my friends and I, till today, we still go over to my friend Nico's and drink a few drinks and play Vice City.
Wow.
Your second question, what David Bowie song was originally a B-side to Starman before being released as its own single, in which Bowie says, "Don't lean on me, man, because you can't afford the ticket"? Blaine and Alex.
So that I've never heard this song. I've never really listened to the good old Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust is a wonderful song.
We knew it had something to do with the city, and that line sounded kind of mean, so I'm thinking Baltimore? Star City? So we went Star City. Because we couldn't think of anything else.
And
Jacob and Jonathan.
We were fighting our way through trying to come up with David Bowie stuff. I've never been a David Bowie person. Just I like some of it, but just in general, I don't listen to albums and that kind of stuff. And then after making a couple of bad guesses and jokes back and forth, it hit me. Wait a minute. There's a song called Suffragette City. So we locked in with Suffragette City.
All right. And the last one, taking place in 1960s Rio de Janeiro. What is the name of the 2002 movie based on a 1997 book and directed by Fernando Meirelles, which earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Director? Jacob and Jonathan.
If this is the movie I think it is, it's regularly on the top 20 movies of all time. I believe it's The City of God.
Blaine and Alex.
We had no idea. We knew Brazil was a movie. We didn't necessarily think it was it, but that was the best we could come up with.
He knew Brazil was a movie. I did not. I just went with it.
Apparently it's a very good movie. All right, so let's go back through. The Grand Theft Auto game does have a wonderful soundtrack. It was a very fun game, very violent game, but most Grand Theft Auto games are. This is definitely Vice City. The David Bowie song, I believe it's pronounced Suffragette City or Suffragette City. I can't remember which way it goes, but it's got a weird pronunciation. But it is that song,
Nice.
Suffragette City. And the movie, if you notice that the first two answers had the word city in it, it was a good chance that the third one was going to have city in it. This is City of God. So Jacob and Jonathan swept the gauntlet. Alex and Blaine, you didn't get the gauntlet correct, but we were tied going in. What did you wager?
So we both agreed nothing in the game would matter up to this point. Let's see if we can make it only down to rock, paper, scissors, and we bet 0.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow, but
So
you did not count on us getting it right.
Nope.
I count on you loving rock, paper,
Well,
scissors.
Unfortunately for us, we didn't count on getting it right either because we bet 0.
Oh, we have a rock, paper, scissors tiebreaker.
Oh,
again.
God. Jacob, do you mind if I play?
Nah, go ahead.
All right.
I'm laggy, so it's all you, Alex.
All right.
Alex, you're going to have to be the one to count, and I'll react to you, and that way I can make sure that I'm not shooting and then having you see it and shoot later.
Okay.
Okay, so
3,
you
2, 1,
count.
shoot.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, exactly. I'll follow your lead. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
All right. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
All right, I got
scissors.
paper. He's
All
got
right,
scissors.
so
Oh, it's a
I'll
bad
take
start
the
for
first one.
Jonathan. Bad start. Here we go. All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
I got paper.
Paper.
All right,
So
here
tie.
we go.
Do it again.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
I got scissors. He's got a rock. He dominated me.
Yes.
Yes!
He dominated me. Jacob, we got the gauntlet right, but I failed completely in rock, paper, scissors to earn. That might be my first loss in a rock, paper, scissors game. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh, that's the best feeling ever.
Alex, you killed it, dude. That was great. You had my number, man.
All right. Well, trial by rock, paper, scissors. This game goes to Alex and Blaine. Congratulations.
Oh, great job. Great game by everybody. Really well-written game by Carmela Smith, too. This was a great one, Carmela. Good job. All right. Well, before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Alex, we'll start with you.
So I don't have anything in particular to plug, but as I mentioned, music's always a terrible category for me, and that's because I do nothing but listen to podcasts, so I'll just do my usual and support your favorite podcasts. They do good work.
Oh, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Blaine, you're up.
So I just wanted to say food banks are in great need right now because of the pandemic. A lot of people are food insecure. Donate what you can. Go through your cabinets. If you've got that old can of beets in there that's not expired and you don't like beets, give them to your local food pantry.
That's great. Great. Thank you. Jacob, you're up.
Thanks for having me. First off, join the TWA Discord. It's a lot of fun in there. Play a lot of cool games.
Nice.
We'll try and build a active community there. And donate blood. It's much like the food banks are depleted. Blood banks are also super depleted. It's a problem everywhere. So donate blood.
Absolutely. That's fantastic advice. Thank you. And I'm going to drop one in here as well myself. I usually don't, but I was traveling last week, and when I came home, I noticed I was feeling sick. And even though I'm vaccinated, I know that if I'm sick, then there's a chance that it's COVID, and that means there's a chance the people around me are going out and about and passing it along. So what did I do? As soon as I could, when I got back, I went and got tested. Turns out I'm negative, so that's wonderful. But if I had been positive, by testing early, I could have prevented the spread by making sure that my people weren't going out and about. So I want to encourage you, if you are feeling sick, go get tested, because you'll know and you'll be able to take action. But if you just think, oh, I'm just sick, it's not a big deal, it's just a cold, and it's not, you could be creating more of a problem. So if you're sick, go ahead and get tested.
I agree.
And that is going to wrap us up. For Jacob, for Blaine, for Alex, and Carmela, my name is Jonathan. This has been episode number 336 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.